Yo, welcome back to the Break Lake Talk Fast podcast. And today we're going to go over the Australian Grand Prix, which was insane. And we will go over some predictions for the Chinese Grand Prix this weekend. So let's get into
Yeah,
it,
and
eh?
also a little bit of Drive to Survive if we got some time for that.
Well, if we have some
But
time, why
oh
not?
my God.
I am up to episode 5, I think now. I
Oh,
smashed through it.
I think
Yeah.
I'm probably up to the same as you then. I'm pretty sure.
I'm watched Lando's one, the Singapore one.
No, I haven't seen that. I don't think I've
Okay.
seen that.
That was actually probably one of the best ones. So.
Oh.
Yeah, next one then for you. That'd be great. I think it might be episode 6 then.
Yeah, because I think I must be up to episode 5. Because I remember watching Signs, the Signs one.
Yes. Yep.
And what was it Max and Lando, the one after that?
It wasn't really Max. Max was kind of there, but it was
Oh.
nothing to do with Max really.
Well, they're making
But
him look
yeah,
like a villain or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll be keen for the Singapore one. But we'll go over it later, hey? Let's go over
Yeah.
the Australian Grand
Bro.
Prix. So, your first time ever going to an F1 race, how was it?
That was the best experience I've ever had. Like, holy shit, bro. All 4 days were just insane. Qualifying was a highlight for me. It was just like all the adrenaline pumping. Oh my God. When Piastri got first in the last Q3 and then Lando just beat him, like that was insane, bro. That was good.
Crazy.
Good watch.
Crazy. How about the race? What do you think of the race?
Bro, the rookies were rookies in the wet. Fernando Alonso bringing back his rookie years as well. Well, he's always a
Yeah,
rookie, so.
yeah.
Oh, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool because I was sitting right where Carlos Sainz crashed, straight into the barrier. I was like, it was just safety car. Everything was chill. Then all of a sudden, bang, man's in the wall.
Insane. But I think Kimi had the greatest debut of a rookie in a long time. Since Max, I think, honestly. Since Max.
Uh,
So I think he will be definitely a future world champion, like Piastri. Them two on the grid are I reckon, the most talented drivers on the grid that are young.
you don't
But
think he got a
off
little bit lucky?
who?
Kimi.
Kimi? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think if you had a look at his overtakes, like he's the one on the second last lap against Albon, insane, insane. So I think he has the potential to keep that going. Like going from P16 to P4 isn't just lucky.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, he
yeah,
did have a good race, and I feel like all of the safety cars and crashes and stuff definitely helped him a lot
oh
for
no,
sure.
no, for sure to
And with
go
that
from
penalty
that.
getting lifted as well,
Exactly,
changed
exactly.
it for him.
But to overtake Albon in the wet like how he did, the confidence is insane.
Oh,
Confidence
bro.
is insane compared to all the other rookies like Doohan that crashed, Behrman that didn't really have a great weekend. Who else?
Behrman sucked.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my God.
mate.
He was
Practice,
awful.
practice one was it? Practice
Practice
one out.
one, practice two, all the
Oh,
practices, all the qualies, all the races, bro, was
he just didn't look good.
rubbish.
Didn't look good. Made
Oh
Ocon
my
look amazing.
God. I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't know what happened because he was like probably the best rookie other than Antonelli,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he was the worst. Like, how's it?
Yep.
He's
Doesn't make
raced 2 races in the F1. You thought he'd be somewhat decent.
so.
Oh man, Haas engineers, mechanics, going through it already, man.
It's yeah, exactly. It's hard to rank the rookies, I say, because didn't see Hajar at all because he crashed. He had a good
Yeah,
quali, had a good quali, I think, but crashed. Behrman, I don't know, he sucked in that race.
he
Just
just, I don't know what was
nothing.
going on with him. He
I'm
was
not sure
just,
if not sure if it's the car or his confidence was that low from crashing in practice. Not
the
sure.
whole, even when he was just out there, he just didn't look good.
No,
I know he
no,
like was out there for not long, but
exactly.
he just didn't look confident. He didn't look like himself. The Haas just does not look good.
No.
It's like a
Haas is worse than the Green Machine, eh?
bro, full like lap behind
Who
the
would have
entire
thought?
race.
Who would have thought? Not me. Not me.
Oh,
Nah, insane. But let's go over doing. What do you think of doing?
Jack doing that. Oh, he just unlucky. I feel bad for him. It's just the weather, and it just seemed to
Yeah.
be that's happened to everyone. Happened to Signs as well. That exact
Yep.
same crash. Fernando. Look, I thought he did decent in quali. What did he get? 13th or 14th?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
13th or 14th. He was looking good. Yeah, I just feel like can't really judge him off what happened. Just wet
exactly.
race, wet and slippery.
And what I learned is that in Australia they don't get rid of the white lines because it's a street circuit. The white
Yeah.
line stays, so it's much more slippery than like Singapore street race. But they take the white lines off,
Yeah.
so if it's raining, there's no hazard of slipping out. Where that's what happened to Hadjar. You on the white line, spun out,
Oh, was
mate.
Hadjar on the white line too? I didn't see him on the white
Yeah,
line because I saw
because
Dylan was on the white line and then
yeah,
he
yeah.
just went
But
out.
it's all the white lines crossing through the track. Yeah, they didn't scrape them off, which they don't do. Too much money,
Well,
huh?
it added more chaos and I loved every single
Yeah,
second of it. Oh my God.
amazing.
That's
Now,
gonna that's like the best opening race I have ever watched.
yeah, especially in
Oh my
person for
God.
sure.
The chaos
Now,
that unfolded.
well,
Damn,
you got to
man.
see who Science in front of you. What happened
Yeah,
to
literally,
Science? What happened?
literally just driving. They were all going so slow because safety car, obviously. And then as he gets to the corner, just must have accelerated a little bit
Yeah,
straight into the wall.
it seemed like he had very high revs from what he said. High
Mm,
revs, so there might have been a little issue with the car. So not too
mm.
sure. But yeah, that was Science. Liam Lawson. Liam
I don't even know what to
Lawson.
say about him. He just like, bro,
In my opinion, I think there was something wrong with the car.
there had to have been.
You can't possibly be that bad. Yes, I reckon the Red Bull is not a great car this year, which is fair, and Max is just going to make it look good.
Yeah.
But I think there was something wrong with the car from practice one. I don't see how he can do that bad.
Yeah, it just doesn't
So
make sense.
I
Because
think there was.
he was good in like the Visa Cash App last season.
Hmm.
And it's actually weird because I remember in testing they didn't do many laps. They did a lot less than other ones. And even in all the practices,
Yep,
um, in Melbourne, they did a lot less than everyone else. So there's got to be something going on with that car. But if I was
exactly.
him, I'd be actually pissed off because
No,
his stock's just gonna go
exactly. He needs to make
straight
it up in the
down.
next two races. He needs to somehow bring it back up.
Yeah,
If
because
the car should be fine. Surely over a week they fix that up and it should be good for China and Japan.
yeah. Well, can we talk about the Visa Cash Apps, bro?
Yeah,
I
the
know
Visa
Hadjar
cash
spun
out.
out unfortunately, but his quali was so good, getting 11th. And Yuki,
Insane.
what the fuck? Yuki
Mate.
Tsunoda, bro.
Yuki,
Yuki.
he's just showing that he should have got that Red Bull seat. That's all he's doing. He's just
The
boasting. He's saying, I should have been in that Red Bull seat. Look at me now. Look
Bro,
at me now.
he has big dick energy. That man
He
is just he walked into that paddock, jumped in that car, and was like, "What's up, bitches? I'm
uh,
here. I'm
I'm
here.
him.
You forgot about me? Nah, nah." Bro, I was actually so sad because he didn't finish in the points because he was having a class race. I don't know what
Yeah.
went happened there. I missed that part, but
It was all the pit stops like Ferrari.
yeah,
They all just judged it wrong. There was only a few that pitted correct, like
yeah.
Antonelli.
Antonelli,
That's it. Antonelli, George
Norris.
Russell, Norris, Piastri would have if he didn't spin out, mate.
I actually like
Oh,
so depressed from that. I literally because that's the corner right near the first corner I see. I watched the Norris like just cut across the grass and then come onto the track, and the next thing I just see is Piastri going just sliding and just
oh,
never returns.
insane. I
Pulls
was
out the
so
Jeremy
sad for him.
Clarkson.
He he could have had a win, I reckon, if Max was catching Norris in those last four laps of the
Yeah.
race. If Piastri stayed behind him, Piastri would have overtaken him for sure. Because he was up his ass anyways.
It was so weird though,
Oh,
because I thought they were allowed to race from the beginning. That's
hmm.
what they had been saying all along.
Yep.
And then he's within point 0.5 and then allowed to race. Like he gets told to hold position.
From what I heard, it's because of the blue flags. So there was back markers in
Oh
front of
yeah.
Norris,
The
and they
Haas's.
said, yeah, the Haas's, and they said to hold off until they got past. That's what I heard, and then they were free to race. But and then when they were free to race, that's when he spun out.
Yeah. He gets
So
to spin out then like you're free to race. Like,
exactly.
bro.
So bit sad that, bit sad. But how insane was the crowd when he started going again?
I
Once he
know.
started
He's just like
testing.
he was just like even on the screen it said Piastri out. Everyone's like,
Hmm.
no, no way. And he just slowly reverses, reverses, reverses. All that tractor work he'd be doing in the off season with Jeremy Clarkson.
That's it.
And then he's back on the track, and the crowd went insane. Like, genuinely, like, the crowd was so behind him. It was like beautiful to see.
Same with me. I was down at the end of the straight when we saw them come past. God, the
Yeah.
crowd was so crazy. Yeah, the amount of support he has is insane. Everyone loves him.
All of Australia is just behind him. So beautiful.
Exactly. It's so good to
He's
see.
gonna be. I know his recovery drive was really good, actually,
Oh, for
to get ninth.
sure.
And that overtake on Hamilton. Oh,
Oh, don't get
oh
me
my God!
started.
Stop it! Stop it!
That
Stop
insane,
it!
insane.
Just
But I
thinking
think,
about it is like
yeah, it
seeing
was
that was beautiful.
it was probably overtake of the race. Overtake of the race.
Yeah,
With
it could.
Kimmy's one. With Kimmy's one. It was them two up there
I just think Piastri was so much better because he went on the outside of Hamilton on a like you don't really overtake there
in the wet.
in the wet,
In the wet.
in the rocket ship.
Not in the dry, wet.
Nah, wet.
So, yeah, insane.
But
Insane.
I think I got a leakage.
A leakage.
Yeah, my seat's full of water.
Oh, I think it might be water.
Add that to the words of wisdom, eh? Oh my God, Ferrari are stupid. They are a mess, bro. If I was Hamilton, I'm tearing up that contract.
I'm cashing
Oh
out,
my
cashing
God.
out. No, that's it.
You can press K1 now. You can press K1. Oh my God, that was pissing me off. That was like
Oh,
listening to that was so painful.
Lewis going from his engineer that he's had for how many years to this,
Bono, bro.
he would be fuming, fuming with this Italian. I think he's Italian, right? This new one? I think he
Oh
is.
yeah,
But
it would be.
God, I just don't understand. Like,
Ferrari were a mess, bro.
oh, they pitted at the wrong time every time.
I know.
They didn't have a good quali car. The
It was
engineer seemed useless. Like, what's going on?
it was so weird because apparently they used a wet setup for qualifying
Exactly. Make
while
that
it
make
was
sense.
dry.
Make that make sense.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know what I
maybe,
thought they were like, yeah, we're ahead of the game, boys. We're ahead of the game. No,
but it
you're
didn't even
not.
work in the wet. Like, I thought, all right, if it works out, it works out. But guess what? It didn't work out.
No.
And guess what? It worked out worse for them. So I don't know what they're on. It'd be interesting to see them in China in the dry, if it's dry, to see how their pace actually is if they do a dry setup.
Oh,
And yeah, I had higher hopes for Ferrari, but they were quite far behind the Mercedes, let alone Max in the Red Bull and the McLarens.
it was so weird because like that at one stage they were 1-2,
Hmm.
and then obviously because they have slicks in the rain, they spin out, they fuck up. Oh
Come
my
on,
God.
bit of common sense. Slicks, wet, it just doesn't go
Make it make
together.
sense, bro. Make it make
Mate,
sense. But I generally, what goes on in the Ferrari like team? Because this has happened for like literal years, bro.
it
Literal years. They never get it right every
they
single time.
they need a reset, honestly. Like they try and make it right every time, but they can't. Every
Yeah.
season it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be at the top. Never happens. Never happens.
They should be at the second best team. They should
They're
be right
Ferrari.
behind McLaren.
They're Ferrari.
I
Exactly.
know.
Ferrari. Mate, they're what? Longest serving team in F1? I think yeah,
Yeah,
longest
yeah,
serving team
longest
in
serving
F1.
team.
And they can't get it right now. Can't get it
Oh,
right.
it's
Oh,
so hard to watch sometimes.
we'll see how the season goes, but I really do feel bad for Hamilton if the season goes how Australia was. They're the fourth best team, and the engineers cook them every race. Like, if that goes on for the rest of the year, they might as well just give up now.
He
Like,
may
what's
as
the point?
well join Sauber because they're doing better than him already.
Exactly,
Him
exactly.
and
Hulkenberg, mate.
Ilkenberg.
Yeah, but yeah, what a race.
Oh, that
Well,
was, I would say it's the best race I've watched, personally.
yeah, it would be
Best race I've ever watched. Just like
definitely
the
up there.
chaos, the Piastri spin out. Bro, Verstappen losing his, starting off well, getting past Piastri and then losing his spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
that race had everything.
And for the first race of the season, when you're not expecting anything, you don't know
Mm.
what you're going to expect. and that happens. So yeah,
Lance
insane.
Stroll getting points. Oh my God.
That
Who would
was
have
not in
thought? Who would
my
have thunk it?
bingo card. That was not in my bingo card.
Who would have thought it? Not me. Not me.
Not me. Or Hulkenberg. Them
I
two,
know.
we both had down
Bro,
the list.
Hulkenberg was last for me and second last for you.
Mate, we both had a prediction that the Green Machine scores zero. But after this race, it makes sense that
Oh,
this year it's going to be so close, and that because of the rookies, anyone can score points because they're just going to be spinning out. It's just going to be a nut season, I reckon.
if
Nut
there's
season.
any more wet races, it's like anything will happen, bro.
Mate, Japan will
Anything.
reign. Japan will reign, I reckon. It always rains.
Oh,
So we'll
just
see.
take
We'll
me
see.
back, man. What a weekend.
Now, one crazy thing is the McLarens. All right, in the wet, they didn't look too competitive compared to Max, right? Yeah, they were pulling away, they were a bit
Mm,
faster. But as soon as it was dry, they were pulling ahead half a second to a second
yeah,
per
I
lap
know.
easily, if more. So in the dry, it's going to be very scary next week to see them two. It's going to bring us back to the days of 2016 with Lewis versus Rosberg, and it's just going to
Just
be the two McLarens up the top and everyone else behind. It's going to be insane if that's how it goes,
I genuinely like, I just don't see anyone getting anywhere near them.
apart
Because
from Max.
especially like in quali, they were separated by what um point 0.086.
Yep,
Like
yep,
that is the slimmest of margins.
yep. 800s, insane.
And then Verstappen felt like he was just a mile away. Like
But yeah, Max did good to put his car where it was though. Looking at it, the Red Bull looks shocking. So
I told you, put that man in any car and he'll get you points. He'll get you good
exactly,
points too.
very good points. Yep, yep.
Such a big
That's
difference
it.
between him and Lawson. Like, oh my God.
Huge difference. That's what I mean. I feel bad for Lawson, but that's Red Bull for you. But
Yeah, they'll probably kick him out and bring.
not
I
Yuki
don't
in,
know.
not Yuki. They
If it's
just,
not Yuki, who the hell's it gonna be, bro?
hey, they're racist. They're
Oh
racist.
my
They have to be
God. They
racist.
even have the Honda engines.
Exactly. But don't want Yuki.
Oh,
Nah, I don't know who they would bring in then. I have no idea. They're trying to bring through an F3 guy. He's got enough super points in F3.
yeah.
And they're trying to like line him up for next year. Whether I'm not sure if they're trying to line him up for Red Bull or Visa Cash Up, but they're trying to
Hmm.
line him up. He's from
Because
F3, Red Bull driver. So we'll see. I'll have to remember his name, but I did say it.
well, it's got to be the cash out because there's no way Yuki is there next season. There's no way.
Yuki, no. Yuki, my prediction is going to Aston Martin. I don't see him going to Red
Yeah.
Bull. They're just not going to let him in. If they haven't already, why are they going to let him in now?
It was so ballsy of them to put Lawson in
Oh,
over
yeah.
him. Like
And you never
Lawson
know.
isn't proven. Like I get he's raced what 10 races already and he's done well.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Yuki's just like he's got pace.
yeah.
He gets better each
Exactly.
season.
Exactly.
The Japanese
Exactly.
machine. Oh,
Exactly. I think he's definitely one of the best drivers on the grid. Just chuck him a decent car and see how he goes.
yep.
He just hasn't had the opportunity to do so yet.
Yep.
But you never know, the Visa Cash Up might be better than the Red Bull this year by looking at it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you might see Max in the Visa Cash
Yeah.
Up and Yuki maybe goes to Red Bull,
Switching.
but
They'll be switching, but not for the
oh
good.
man.
But anything else to cover from the Australian Grand Prix? What else is there to
That
cover?
secret Russell meeting with
Ooh, McLaren.
McLaren. That was random.
Not sure. Piastri signed a new contract. Lando's on a long contract, so I
It
don't know
just
how that's going to work out.
I don't I don't see that because I if I was Mercedes, why would you want to get rid of him?
Mercedes to bring Max in. Imagine Max
Oh,
and
that yeah, that's the
Kimi.
only reason.
That's it. That's it.
And if I'm
That's it.
McLaren, I'm wouldn't go near him.
Oh
You got
no, for sure.
Piastri and Norris, and just leave them. Give them the two
But
best cars. Let them fight every year.
but I think it's because if Mercedes do get Max, Red Bull would definitely try to get Piastri. That's why there was
Yeah,
probably talks, and then Russell would have to leave and obviously go to McLaren because Russell's a decent driver, right?
yeah,
But
he's a
he's
good
not
driver.
obviously. He's not on Oscar's level or Max's
No,
level,
no,
but
no.
it would be that three driver move. But it's a big prediction, but you
Well, if
never
that
know.
happens, god damn, that's shaking up the paddock.
Exactly. It would be pretty cool to see, but I don't know. Don't see it happening, especially because Oscar just signed a new contract, and
Good
yeah,
contract too.
exactly. But interesting, interesting.
Oh,
But I think that's it from the Australian Grand Prix. Hey, it
yeah. Other than
was
that, just all the rookies crashing,
that's it.
all the I don't even, bro. I don't even know, bro. That just like so much happened in that race that there's
Nuts.
just I've probably forgotten half of it. So,
All right, well, let's
oh,
go over the Chinese Grand
China
Prix this weekend. We
sprint
got
weekend,
and the race.
running through
Insane.
'em, sprint weekend, baby.
In the second weekend of the year.
Oh,
Nuts. Now, what's your predictions? What's your predictions of just what's going to happen? You
uh,
got any predictions?
well, I like I said before, if it's a dry race, McLaren's winning sprint and the race. It's going to be
Yeah.
just Lando Piastri battling, and I don't think we're going to see Red Bull near the podium. I
Nah.
don't.
You don't reckon?
No, I don't.
I was just looking and it looks like it's going to be a dry race. All
Yeah,
sun. 25, 27 degrees, so it should be good.
good day to be a McLaren fan.
For sure.
Good
For
day.
sure. All
What do
right,
you
let's
reckon's gonna
go.
happen?
I reckon it's going to be a great race. I reckon the Mercedes will be up there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
In
Mm-hmm.
the dry, I reckon the Mercedes will be up there. So I think it's just going to be McLaren 1-2.
Yep.
I think Piastri will get in this time. I think it might be a Piastri win,
I hope
hopefully.
so, bro.
Fingers crossed, but I reckon he'll do it anyways.
Mm.
And then in third, I say or George Russell. Kimmy or George Russell. If Kimmy can get a good quali, I see
Mm.
him getting on the podium, and that's the same with George. Whoever gets a better quali, one of them two will be on. And I see Max staying fourth or third though. No, he will definitely be
Yeah.
up there for me. I don't see Max dropping off just because it's Max.
I think
That's it.
I just feel like he had to put in so much work in the rain, which I feel like he could actually be a better driver in the rain than he is dry. Because
Yeah, he's definitely, I reckon, the
he's
best driver in the wet for
best
sure.
wet
Definitely.
driver, and he just you say just got second,
Yeah,
but he was like
he,
catching up a little bit. But I don't
he
know. I just have this
was.
feeling that we're not going to see a Red Bull podium in the next couple of races.
So no, it's tough to say, because he was this close to taking Lando
Yeah, he
in that
was.
last lap.
He was, but
So
is the car going to be able to get him there?
exactly, and
Is the car?
that's the greatest question that we
Because if what
can't
happened to
solve until
Lawson
we see
happens
the
to
next
him,
race.
it's not looking good, Rev. Not looking good.
It's not looking good. And
Mm.
then, what do you see with the Ferraris this weekend? What do you see?
See,
Do you
here's
see
what
that?
I think. I reckon they're going to do a lot better. They have to. I don't think they're
Yeah,
going to be anywhere near as bad. And I envision in my mind right now, I
yeah.
can
Go
see,
on,
I'm
go
seeing
on.
into the future.
Yeah.
Everything's coming to me. I see Lewis Hamilton on that podium.
Oh my
I see
God.
Hamilton on the podium.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Say swear.
I swear, I swear, I swear to God, I swear to Christian Horner and his unfaithful ways. I swear.
Mate, if Lewis gets a podium, scenes from being that bad in Australia to getting a podium in China,
Yeah.
I don't see it. But if you see it, you see it,
I'm hoping for a big lift, a big, big lift.
All right. Because
Because I
I
think the
see,
only thing that I did wrong was just strategy. If they had a better strategy,
mm,
be a different story.
true, tough to say. I see him being eighth and seventh or seventh and
Again,
sixth.
yeah.
Yeah, I see him right next to each other. I see Leclerc doing better than Hamilton. I just don't think Hamilton's comfortable in the car yet, especially with his new engineer. I don't think they're gelling too well.
Uh,
So I reckon they'll be sixth and seventh,
yeah.
roughly. Yeah, sixth and seventh, behind Mercedes and behind Max and behind the McLarens. I just don't see him beating any
Yeah.
of
That's
those.
honestly fair because after the last week, it's a fair call to make. I
But
just feel like shaking it up, and I just have this feeling in my body that Hamilton
if it
is gonna be
happens,
like, you know what?
I'd be happy to say it.
Yeah,
Happy
he'll be
to
like, you
say
know what? Fuck this. I'm Lewis Hamilton. I'm one of the greatest drivers ever. I'm gonna
it.
turn my radio off the entire race. I'm doing whatever I want. I'm getting on that podium.
He'll become his own race
Yeah,
engineer. He'll
literally,
box when
honestly.
he
Or Bono would
boxes.
just magically pop up into the Red Bull box and be
Oh,
like, Lewis, it's hammer time.
yeah.
And he goes. he goes, he hammers and he hammers and he hammers away
Uh,
for a third place. He's not winning though. He's not winning.
talking about Hamilton though, has he figured out his new slogan instead of Hammer Time? Because remember he was asking fans for a new slogan or whatever it is. I don't
I
know if he's come
don't.
up with it yet,
Have you
but
got one for him?
I don't have one for him.
Oh,
It's a tough one to say because it just won't be the same as Hammer Time. It just won't be the same, no
I don't
matter what
know.
it is.
Is there even any point of bringing another one in? I
Well,
don't think he can
he
get anything better than Hammer Time.
no, it won't. But he wants it for his new Ferrari stint. No matter what it is, it's not going to be good enough. No matter what.
They should call it
Yeah, go on, come up with a name right here on the spot.
Guido mode. Is that Guido from Cars? You know the guy that does the pit stops, the little blue one, and they love
Oh yeah, yeah,
Ferrari.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing, Ferrari ain't that good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
oh, I
Maybe
don't know. I don't
Lewis
know.
Hamilton. Ciao.
Ka-chow.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You can't come up with anything better than Hammer Time, no matter what it is. I don't see. It's just gonna become a meme. That's what it's gonna become.
Oh, actually, I've got a good one. I got a good one.
Yeah.
There's a leakage of water. Oh
Where?
my days. Oh,
Yeah,
it
nah.
must be water
It
then.
must be water.
I actually like it just baffles me. I know we
That
brought that
is
up already, but oh my God.
that is the funniest thing ever.
Oh,
Funniest thing.
Ferrari in their radios, eh?
Insane. Now, I reckon we go over the rookies for this race because I reckon all the rookies are going to be at risk, especially Doohan, Hadjar
Bro.
because it's Red Bull, and Behrman even. If he underperforms, he's gone too. So let's go over each one individually, I reckon. Who do you
All
want to
right,
start with?
let's kick it off with Behrman. Because
All right.
obviously he was shit. There's no other
Yep.
way to put it. He
Simple.
was shit.
Shit.
But then you think about it, Ocon, you look at Ocon's race and he was also shit. What did Ocon do? Nothing. So I feel like you can't really judge Behrman like the others because he is like that Haas should just not be racing, bro.
It
They're
is
bad. Just
like
bring Cadillac in right now and replace Haas. You only need one
ex
American team.
exactly. Switch them out, and that's
Okay.
it. Quick switch, good.
And I
That's
don't
it.
think I've ever seen any Haas supporters.
Actually, no, tell a lie. There was one sitting in front of
Oh,
me, but it didn't.
no.
But I feel like it was just someone that was just wearing it. That like
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
didn't know about it.
Yeah, it's just some random guy. It's like, oh yeah, I'll buy that shirt. I don't think they were a full supporter.
Yeah.
But I guess the only ones that would be supporters is America, and we don't see them ones.
Yeah. I feel like the
Moving
reason
out
they
here.
were good is because they had Gunther Steiner. He
That's
was just,
it.
and from Drive to Survive, he was just so funny. All the wankers. Oh,
Oh god. Yeah, well that's
yeah.
Bam and then let's go to Kimmy next. Bring it up. Top
Antonelli, I feel like he is just safe in that spot. I feel like no matter what happens, Toto's like just gonna cradle him in his arms.
mm-hmm.
If he's hungry,
Uh-huh.
give him some milk,
Yep.
give him a
Yep.
little breastfeeding.
That's it. That's
I
it.
think I think he's safe. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he's completely safe. I reckon he will be the next Max. That's what I think. The next Max, the next best
Mate,
thing to come
you
to the
love
sport.
Kimmy.
I just the way he races, oh, I love it. And especially because he's got three more races to beat Max Verstappen's record of being the youngest driver to win a race.
So
So
here's the thing.
he's got China, Japan, and what's after?
It's got to
What's
be.
after?
It's not Bahrain, is it? It want to be one of the
Oh yeah, back to Bahrain. That's
back to
it.
Bahrain.
So
Yeah.
he's got three races to do it. It would be interesting if he does, but even if he doesn't, if he wins this season in a Mercedes, like insane.
Here's the thing. You reckon he's breaking Max's record, youngest ever winner?
I don't reckon only because of how competitive the McLarens are. I don't
Yeah.
reckon he'll get it, but I do see him getting a podium in the next six races. I
Yeah.
see him getting a third place in any of them, honestly. I do see it. And especially if he's already got the confidence after a wet race in Australia. Imagine
Hey, if he didn't
when it's
crash, they're
dry.
better
That's
than
what
the
I
other
mean.
rookies.
Imagine when it's dry and it's just a
Mm,
couple races in. Yeah,
hmm
he'll be doing insane. Insane.
Well, I hope he does pan out well because I think he got a little bit lucky in Australia with all the crashes and stuff. He only had to make how many? He two overtakes, was it?
I'm not
And then he's
completely
got lucky
sure.
with pit stops and stuff.
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah,
good race strategy compared
yeah,
to a lot of others, but
yeah. I think a little bit lucky, but I do see him as a future star of the F1.
that's it. All
All
right,
right,
next one.
Jackie doing what's doing?
We
What's
what's
doing?
what's doing? He's only doing five more races, I reckon. That's that's it.
What's
He's
doing? Five more races, and then Colapinto will be doing his job.
that's it. I do feel bad for the bloke that he only has five more races. But it's going to be hard. He's going to have to outperform his teammate Gasly in almost every single race for the rest of these five races. That's it. But I don't see it. Gasly's such a good driver. I don't see Dylan getting close to Gasly, unfortunately.
I just don't think, even if he had the full season, he's only beating him at least once.
Yeah,
Once,
yeah. I
maximum.
I think Dylan performs off confidence, and I don't think he gets his confidence until halfway through the season. But he doesn't have that luxury, so. I think,
Uh,
unfortunately, for Australia, we will only have one Australian on the grid after six races.
Look, I really, really hope he gets more time because I feel like in Melbourne he showed glimpses of some pace and his ability,
Yeah,
but obviously the crash going out in Q2,
yeah.
he
It's a
didn't
bit
really in
unfortunate.
Q2. I feel like he didn't do much. Like he
Yeah,
didn't look fast at all.
yeah. The only thing we can give it is the benefit of the doubt. It's his first race. He
Yeah.
hasn't been racing a open wheeler car for a while, so I feel like we give him two or three races max before we can properly judge him. But
Mm,
we'll see because we haven't seen him race.
yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
hopefully he lasts longer
yes,
than me
exactly.
in bed. So,
Whoa.
oh, whoa,
Moving on fast,
whoa, whoa,
as you would.
whoa.
Isaac Hadjar.
Okay, Isaac Hadjar.
Wait. Was that embarrassing or not? Are you going to
Oh,
agree with the head of Red Bull? Was it
helmet
embarrassing?
Marco. Do you reckon it's
Like,
embarrassing?
no. Yes
Oh
and
no,
no. Yes and no. Like,
it's his first race.
it's his first race. He's a kid. And who wouldn't be sad crashing out their
I
first race
know.
in the F1? Like, and it wasn't in a race, it was before. It was in the warm-up lap. So I think it's fair. Fair enough. I would cry honestly as well, almost, because it's a brutal thing, Red Bull. Red Bull will kick you out if you don't perform, and he knows that. He knows if he if he underperforms or does shit like that, he's gone. He's gone.
I
So
feel really, really bad for him because formation lap, bro. That's Lance Stroll shit right there. That's Lance Stroll's business. That shouldn't be him doing that. But I think what made him feel a bit better is that Sainz did the exact same thing. Doohan did the exact same thing. Alonso did the exact same thing. And if I'm probably missing someone, but yeah, that just,
yeah,
I hope he looks back at that race. And obviously, it's a huge mistake going out in the formation lap. Like, that's super embarrassing.
yeah,
Like, I understand where I was crying. I feel bad for him. It was so nice seeing Hamilton's dad
yeah.
comfort him. That was like, you have like the
Lovely.
boss caring for you at work, you know? That
Exactly,
was nice of
exactly.
him. But
That
I
was lovely.
think Hajar going off quali, good.
Yeah,
He'll be fine. He's got talent. He's got pace. He looked good in the Visa Cash Up until it wasn't good. So
yep.
I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. All right, moving
Well,
on to let's go. What Bortoleto? What's your thoughts on
Bortoleto, right?
Bortoleto?
I forgot about him. He was the other one that crashed. Yeah, that's right.
Well, he did
Yeah,
spin out, but he kept going.
yeah, yeah.
What's
I
your thoughts
think
on him?
Bortoleto will. I think he's just gonna have the exact same race. I don't think he'll spin out though. Really,
Hmm.
I think he's just gonna be at the top of out in Q1, but in the top spot maybe. He did all right, I thought. He wasn't too
Yep.
bad. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be anything special from him.
Yeah, it's a hard one because of the car he's got. It's a hard
Mm,
one. I do see him as one of the best talents coming out of F2.
Oh,
Obviously,
for
because he
sure.
won. He won F2, right?
Yeah.
So he's definitely one at the top, right?
Hmm.
But it's just a hard one for him. He's in a green machine. If he gets the opportunity and performs well this year, he might be in that Audi seat, right? And if he's in
Yeah.
that Audi seat, then we'll really see the best of him.
Well, that's the thing because you just look at the Sauber right now and like shitbox.
Hmm.
Thing sucks unless Hulkenberg's driving it. But if I was him, I'm just trying to go as flat out as I can every race, doing my best as I can because you want that Audi seat. That Audi car is got to be better. I know
It
they've
will
been
be.
saying like, oh, we're a few tenths off the pace, so what we want to be, whatnot. Bullshit. It's
Yeah,
Audi.
it's Audi.
You look
It's
at
going to be.
Audi, good car. They're gonna be fine.
They have to compete with the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, Red
Mm,
Bull, and McLaren. They have to. They have to. So, yeah, if I was Bortoleto, just keep performing, keep it consistent, don't
yep,
crash, and that
he'll be
seat will
fine.
hopefully be yours.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be him and Hulkenberg again next season
Yeah, I
because Audi
think
want that
potentially
German
that.
driver.
Yeah, exactly. The only reason I see it changing is if Science ends up not liking Williams and he switches
Mm,
over to Audi. That's the only other
mm-hmm.
way.
Yep,
Otherwise, yeah, same pairing.
yep. Well, yeah, that's Bortoletto. Yeah.
Now, I don't think we missed any other rookie drivers, hey? I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, Lawson's sort of a rookie, but
Yeah, he's not really a rookie, but
no,
yeah, not a great race. But
nah. All right,
yeah,
what do you think's gonna happen in the top three? Who's your
top
top three
three
for China?
for China, podium or qualifying? Because we've got to get some predictions going. Which
All
one?
right, go quali first.
Quali.
Hit us
All
with your
right,
three.
all right. I see it being Lando first in quali,
Mm-hmm.
Oscar second in quali.
Mm-hmm.
I see Max Verstappen in third. Max
Maxi
Verstappen.
boy in third,
Yeah.
eh?
What about you? What's your qualifying predictions?
My qualifying prediction is I'm gonna go in third. Gonna have my boy George Russell. He's going third, I think. In second, we're gonna have Piastri. First, Norris. And I think Hamilton was gonna slot in that fourth spot. And then
Okay.
he's gonna have a masterclass.
Okay. Beautiful. So, all right, go into your race predictions then.
Yeah,
What
well,
is the finishing prediction?
my podium in third bottle of champagne is Lewis Hamilton.
Oofed. Oofed.
Lewis Hamilton. Second one, spraying. Oscar Piastri. Oscar
Ooh, all
Piastri.
right. All
And
right.
first, it's gonna sound lame,
Yep.
but Norris first, spraying that champagne. Victory number two. I don't think he's gonna be that big of a choke artist this year.
Okay.
I just
You
feel like he's gonna be. I feel like this has to be his best year. If it's
Yep.
not, if he doesn't win this year, ay, I don't think he will win again. This is his
That,
chance.
this
He has to do it.
exactly. McLaren have the best car. You got to
Yep.
take advantage of that because it doesn't come across every season.
Hmm.
Well, my race predictions. Ah, I have. It's going to be a bold one, bold one. But I see, as long as Mercedes qualify well, I see
Hmm.
Kimi getting that podium in China. I
Yeah.
see Kimi. I'm not biased. I just honestly
Is it gonna
think
be the
Kimi will
exact
get
same
it.
podium as last
No,
week?
no, actually, no. I have Oscar in second.
Yeah.
I have Max in first.
Oh, what's happened to
Yeah.
Norris? What's happened to Norris?
I think something will happen to Norris. I think it will be either a wrong strategy, he'll
Mm,
make a lame start, and in China, it's always known of having crashes on that first bend. So
yeah.
never know. Those two McLarens could come together, a little wheel tap, and it just puts you out of the race. Just a little wheel tap on that first lap, and you're done. Even if you don't
Damn.
crash, you're done. So
So you think he's not gonna finish? Is that what you're saying?
no, I think Lando will finish. I
In
don't
the
think he'll be.
points?
I think he'll come back to the points, but I feel like something will happen first lap, spun out, and
Mm.
it will be a top 10 finish for him from 20th. It's
Yeah, so
bold,
he's gonna
but
pull a Piastri.
Yes, that's what I think will
Back
happen.
to back. Yeah, right.
Be
Okay.
interesting because those two McLarens are going to be battling it out so hard, so hard. But it
So
could easily
hard,
be the
yeah.
other way. It could be the other way. Piastri could spin out. Like they're both going to be just neck and neck.
Nah.
It's going to be a tough
Piastri's
race.
not going to put a foot wrong this race, I don't think. I
I
think he's
don't.
just
He
going to be
can't.
squeaky clean. He's going to just drive to survive. And I just think Norris has just got a bit more pace potentially than Piastri.
Yep.
That's the only reason. And he's just been racing a lot longer than he has. So,
Yep. And they're both going to be stepping up big time because they both
mhm.
know they can win the championship this year because they're free to race. And
Allegedly, allegedly.
yeah, allegedly, and they'll be free to race up until if unless they have competition from Max or anyone like that. But I don't think they will. So I reckon they'll be free to race completely all season, and they both have the opportunity to win the world championship. So it's just going to be an interesting
Oh,
season.
it is
Really going
just
to be
like
Oscar or Lando winning the championship. We'll see.
it's just like after Melbourne, anything can happen. Anything can happen because that race was so all over the place.
Hmm.
I think this one's going to be a little bit more sensible, not as silly, not the
Yep,
Melbourne weather.
exactly. That was awful. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
37
yeah.
degrees and raining the next day. Make it make sense. But yeah, well, let's see. Will Norris win? Will Max win?
Put your predictions in the chat,
Yeah,
in the
let us know.
comments. Let us know your predictions.
We want to
Put some
know.
bold ones in there. Put some bold ones. I want to see
Yeah.
some crazy ones in there.
Can Hamilton maybe win? Can
Ooh, can
can he get
Ferrari
his
win?
first win in the Ferrari?
That's bold.
Well, if we're lucky, we'll see that happen.
But yeah, put it in the chat. Do we want to go over Drive to Survive
Yeah, let's get a
for
bit of
5 minutes? Let's go over
get
it
in there a
for
little
five
bit.
minutes. Episode
Episode
one.
one.
What was
All
episode
right, I'm gonna
one?
give you. You got to come up with your own title for the episode, and then let us know what it is. Come up with a title for the episode that you watched.
Which episode? Which
The
episode?
Horner one, the first one, episode one.
Oh, all right, a title. Did he touch her?
That's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. And what do you think? Did he? Do you reckon he did?
I reckon he had some fun. I reckon he had some fun. I
Yeah, I think
reckon,
he's a
nah,
little
nah, nah, nah.
freak.
Nah, I don't, I honestly don't reckon he did. There's a lot of people that don't like Christian Horner, especially after
Mm.
the allegations, but I don't think he did it. And yeah, I think he's a true professional. And he's got a wife, mate. He's got a hot wife. Like,
I found
what else
it
could you ask
like,
for?
if anything, because she was by his side, like through that entire thing at each race, each event after that. I feel like that shows that it's probably not real. That's just
Exactly,
what I
because
was thinking.
she would have left him, or she would
Yeah,
have
for sure.
just she would have not been near him, but she was to give him support,
Yeah,
as
unless
any
it's just
wife would,
a
loving wife.
maybe it's like a marketing thing to gain some attention. I don't know.
Honestly, you
I don't
never know
know.
nowadays with this
Yeah.
shit. Anyone does anything for attention, so but I doubt it because it's not a good image. So
No, that's the worst.
it's,
They say any publicity is good publicity. Boy, oh boy, that ain't good
exactly,
publicity. Oh my
exactly. Like this
days.
podcast, did he touch her? It's
Oh.
not good. It's not good.
Well, I've got my name for it. It's
Yep.
called Horny Horner's Men.
Wait, that is nuts. That is nuts. I like it. I
Oh, it's
like
all
it.
about him and Red Bull
Yeah.
and Jos Verstappen not liking
Oh.
that one bit, bro.
What yeah, what did you think about Joss and his actions as such?
Well, I think you know Jos Verstappen. He's gonna say what he thinks. Like
He's
whatever
a
comes to his mind, it gets splurted out.
he's
And
a
if I was him,
character.
honestly, I'd be doing the exact same thing because
Yeah.
it shows that Max could potentially go elsewhere, and it's sort of like an open invitation for other teams to be like, okay, this could be
But
happening right now.
the only thing is it didn't happen. Didn't
No,
happen. So that's why it's interesting as well. And Joss was I think he was there at Melbourne. I'm pretty sure he was.
no, he would have been, yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure.
think he was. And that's what I mean. It looks like Joss and Christian get along again. It looks
Mm,
like they get along. So I don't know what happened there. I think it was just a bit heat of the moment,
yeah, for
bad
sure.
image for Red Bull, bad image for Verstappen, and I think Joss was just trying to cover his own ass and Max's ass. That's it.
Yeah. basically. But it's all
And
behind them now.
yep,
That's
that's it.
done.
But it was a crazy episode about Red
Oh
Bull,
yeah.
but it shows how much the media pushes this regime against Red Bull.
Mm.
It's insane. Like
And how they
it's
portray everything in it. It's
exactly whenever someone's winning or on top, media try to kill them,
yeah.
try to kill Red Bull, they try to kill Max, they
You're
try
the
to kill
hunted.
Christian.
You're the
That's
hunted.
it. Exactly. Exactly. So we'll start seeing that with McLaren, I reckon. If they start winning every race this year, if they win every race,
Yeah.
there'll be so much stuff against Lando, potentially Piastri, but it's hard to hate Piastri because he just doesn't say
I
anything
feel like
wrong.
if anything, they're gonna try and get to Piastri to build this narrative that Norris is not gonna give up that number one spot and
Exactly.
try to drag Piastri slowly, slowly. Christian Horner whispering in his ear, "Come to Red Bull, come to Red Bull." Like
Yeah.
honestly, it's gonna happen.
Exactly. And because it's the British media that does all this stuff, they'll be backing
Hmm.
Norris to the hill, mate. So if anything, Piastri will be getting shat on by the British media if anything happens.
Hmm.
But yeah. But Drive to Survive is nuts, hey.
Yep.
Nuts. Crazy. Literally a cinema.
Peak
But
cinema, man.
insane. But we'll go
Yep.
over episode 2 next week, hey? Episode 2 next
Yeah,
week.
episode two.
And we'll do an episode at the end of each podcast. So if you want to catch up, make sure you watch episode 2 and then we'll be able to go over it next week and
Yep.
you won't get any spoilers.
Yeah. Great, great watch, honestly. Even if you've
Yep,
never watched it before, watch this season, but then go back and watch the rest because it's just oh, that's what got me into F1, Drive to Survive. So
exactly. There we
entertaining
go.
shit, honestly.
And before
Entertaining.
before we end this podcast, I reckon what we'll start doing F1 streaming maybe soon, hey?
Oh yeah, potentially.
F1 streaming, we'll start a career mode for definitely F1
Yep.
25,
25?
6,
Whenever that
5.
comes
Yeah,
out.
25.
25?
I heard it will be May, so a bit
May?
earlier. So
Not too
not
far
long,
away.
but I think we might start streaming a bit of F1 24 to get ready
Yeah.
for F1 25. But
Yeah, you can watch us
yeah,
take each other out and not complete any of the races.
and it's a massive shit show.
Yeah.
There's abuse the whole time, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll let you know when that comes through, but it will hopefully be soon.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening and enjoy your evening, day, whenever you listen to this. And yeah, catch yous next week.
Peace.
Peace.